Alright, so here is how to play a Tactics Vanguard. You may notice that this character is only level 45. Now, the whole thing about this is I actually have a level 55 Bounty Hunter Power Tech. However, my main is Republic side, and the guild that I play on is Republic side. People who I tend to train are on the Republic, so I am using my 45 Vanguard because the rotation is pretty much the same. I just want to make sure that I'm doing it this way so that people can, who are on the Republic side, are able to follow based on Republic moves. So this is what the tree is going to look like. The only thing that you need to consider, keep in mind, adding to this, is that you also want to have, because I'm only 10 points short, you want to put the extra, when you're at level 55, put 2 points into Stockstrike, and then you want to put 2 points here into Brutal Impact, 3 points into Steely Resolve, and then you want to put the last 3 points into Overcharged Cell Capacitor. So the way that this is going to work, what a Vanguard Tactics Vanguard brings to the table is you get the extra run speed, 15%, while you have high energy cell active. You also, the other thing is that I take frontline defense 2 points into it, reduces your right strike, that's your interrupt, by 2 seconds. So that brings your interrupt down to 6 seconds. So a Tactics Vanguard is able to interrupt as frequently as a Sentinel Watchman. That's pretty cool. Other thing here is, let's see if I can find it. Where is it? You also take 30% less damage from AoEs. Also, if you get stunned for whatever reason, you're also taking 30% less damage. So, I guess it's hard for me to tell. I don't know if that's what your armor is going to be at 55, so it's hard for me to point that out. Other thing that's really cool, Reflexive Shield. What this does is that, aside from reducing the cooldown of Reactive Shield by 3 seconds, whenever you get hurt, there's a 20% chance that you will put Energy Readout, and the Energy Readout is a bubble. It's like a Sage bubble, but it's a Vanguard bubble, or specifically Trooper, because Commandos can do this too. So when you get hit, there's a chance that you will put a bubble that also stacks with the Sage bubble, and it absorbs damage as well. So aside from... So Tactics Vanguards also have extra survivability because they have a chance to create their own personal bubbles every now and then. Shoulder Cannon. So this increases your shoulder cannon damage, and it also makes your Stockstrike stronger. Stockstrike is pretty important to your rotation. Let's get down to the rotation. Since I'm not level 55, I'm not able to use the Warzone dummy, so we're going to practice on the PvP. We're not able to use the Ops dummy, so we're going to use the PvP dummy to practice the rotation on. So here we go. It's going to function the same though. The way it works is the abilities that you want. You want to have Gut, you want to have Fire Pulse, you want Ion Pulse, you want Stockstrike, and you want High Impact Bolt. These are your cornerstone moves that you're always going to want to have available to you. So, and Pulse Cannon, of course. My gosh, how did I forget that one? This is actually the most important move in your rotation. So, the way that this class works is you do your rotation, and everything that you do is to build up the power of your Pulse Cannon. So, and things play off of one another. So when I do Gut, so what Gut's going to do is that it's going to make it so the damage that you deal to bleeding targets is increased by 3%. Okay? So, you want to have Gut on at all times because it's going to be doing dot damage. You want it up at all times because it's also making every other move you do more strong, more effective. The other thing is that when you do Fire Pulse, it also... I'm not sure if I can... Here we go. So when you pop Fire Pulse, it also increases the damage of your pulse cannon by 20%. Also, Ion Pulse does this too. Let's run through it. So you'll see, yeah. So doing this rotation, there's a few things you have to get used to watching. Your gut, and then you also have to watch the buffs that you get applied up here. So we're doing gut. This right here is battering ram. That foot, that means a free stock strike. So we do a free stock strike. That makes combat tactics trigger, which gives you an automatic critical hit to your high impact bolt. And now you do 2 pulses. So that brings your stack of pulse generator to 3. That means you get a super pulse cannon. And then you devastate whatever is in front of you with your pulse cannon. So it's nice, you get a whole bunch of trash that you're fighting, a bunch of ads. You can pulse cannon all of them and just wreck everybody. That's your basic rotation. So, let's see it in action. Battering ram, high impact. 2 pulse cannons. Okay, so that's pretty much how it works. The biggest issue is making sure that gut does not, you don't clip the dot. So what is clipping? So you do this, and then you have to wait. And if you attempt to gut before it finishes, you're pretty much losing DPS. So you want to let it finish, and then when it's done, then you do it again. That's how you prevent clipping. So clipping is pretty much, it's not done yet. There, you just clipped it. You cheated yourself out of the amount of damage you could have been dealing if you let it run to full. So this is the rotation that you can do. Very simple. So you open with gut, fire pulse, stock strike, high impact, and then you do 2 ion pulses, pulse cannon. After this is done, 2 hammer shots. 1, 2, and now gut is ready. Do it all over again. And now 2 stock strikes. Back to gut, fire pulse, stock strike, high impact, 2 ion pulses, do your cannon, 2 hammer shots, and do it all over again. That's it. Very easy rotation. Very easy class to play. Very survivable. You get a nice harpoon that you can use to pull trash if you need. Of course you can't pull the dummy, but yeah. You get a threat dropper. If you get under 30% health, then you can pop Adrenaline Rush, or under 35% health actually, you can pop Adrenaline Rush, which will constantly keep making you regenerate health so that you'll stay around 35%, so that a healer can save you. And you have your AoEs if you ever need to pop them, so on and so forth. So yeah, that's Tactics. It's a pretty easy, straightforward class.